Welcome to the Hivecast. This is like the fifth episode?
Something like that.
Something like
We're
that.
already losing count.
Yeah, we're already losing count. That's how retarded we are. Well, today it's me, Andrew, and Brandon. Nick's working on a car right now. Today was very eventful. So I was absent yesterday from school, and I come back.
There's moose juice.
Yeah, there's a new concoction at our school that they're serving during lunch called moose juice.
And then there's Lorax juice too.
Yeah, there's.
What's Lorax juice?
It's the yellow one.
It's the orange one.
It's not called Lorax juices. They just call it that because it's yellow and to differentiate it from the other
No,
one.
it's
Why is it
because
called-
it has
why is the other one
it had a
called moose
picture of the so there's moose juice. It's blue. It had a sticker on it that said moose juice, right? Then there's the orange one. It had the Lorax's face on it, so that's why we called it Lorax juice.
And
So the blue one tastes like they just got a whole bunch of blue Jello, but it's a liquid.
No, it tastes worse. It literally just tastes like water. It's
Yeah.
just water that's just
And
blue.
then- Orange one tastes like watered down orange Gatorade.
be like that.
So that's not that great. Well, anyway, yesterday it's me, Angel, Nick, and Andy because Jay wasn't here. So drop your rake on.
My Raycon fell.
So good.
So we're all there, and me and Andy get some, or I get some moose juice, and we go back and I drink. I'm like, ugh, that tastes putrid. And Nick drinks it. He's like, oh, it tastes like melted Jello. Angel drinks it, and he's like, ugh. And then Andy drinks it. He's like, pretty good. And then I'm like, I want to go get the Lorax juice. So me and Andy head out. We get some Lorax juice. We come back. I take a sip on the way. I'm like, yeah, I'm not drinking this. I'm giving this to Angel. So I give it to Angel. Angel drinks it. He's like, ugh. I give it to Nick, and Nick drinks it, and he also he just turned to stone. He drank it. He held it in his hand, and he was just still. Like, he was sitting as still as a rock, dude. And then it's not gonna fall if you pull that one. So then Andy drinks it. He's like, pretty good, man. And he doesn't say it like that, but he said pretty good or something like that.
Now my question is, why is Andrew sitting over there texting his sweetheart, not laying on the floor with the boys?
Look at this.
Now you texting your sweetheart, lover boy.
Then Angel grabs two of them, and he turns into a bartender. He pours half of it into one and half of it into the other, and he mixes it, and then starts pouring it. While he's mixing it, it turns some completely green color. And Nick drinks it. He puts it down. I'm like, let me taste it, and he's like, don't drink that. Don't drink that.
Why does Andy like it so much?
And then Andy, I don't think he actually does. He just gets things that everyone dislikes and eats it. He's like,
Just like the anchovy.
I think he actually likes anchovies, though.
No, there's no way a human being could like anchovies.
When did he get anchovies?
So it was a while ago.
This is a long time ago.
I think it was during the summer or something, because I was at San Antonio, and they called me, you want to go to Cece's Pizza? And I'm like, I can't right now. I'm out of town. And they're like, all right, well, we're going to go to Cece's. So it's like you, Victor, Angel, and who else?
Andy was obviously there.
And no, he went when I was there. Unless he went without me, did he? I
Yeah.
don't think so, because
How else are you gonna know the anchovy story?
because I was there when he ate anchovies.
Oh, well, I don't remember. This was a long time
Okay,
ago.
so anyway, it's just them, I'm pretty sure, and then they're like, the anchovy pizza was disgusting, so I'm like, I want to try it now. So we all organize another meetup. We all go to Cece's Pizza, and Andy's there this time, and they order the anchovy pizza. They're all smelling it and being like, ugh, dude, and then Angel grabs one, he's like, ugh. So then the time comes, I smell it, I just try not to throw up for a minute or two, and then I finally eat it, and I don't spit it out. I actually swallowed it, but I was like, oh, that might come up later. And then I look over, and I hear someone like, oh, what are you doing? And Andy's just munching the whole pizza down. He's already almost finished with it. And I'm like, what? And he's just like, anchovies are good.
Andy,
Oh
I
my
don't know.
god.
Okay.
Andy's a different being, dude, I
I
swear.
want to explain what an anchovy is, right? It's like a small fish,
Yeah.
just impacted with just a lot of salt. Just
Oh
picture
my
that,
God.
It just tastes like salt.
I'm thirsty.
Sounds very disgusting.
Dude, I think there were some bones in there too, right?
Some
They
bones.
don't take out the bones.
Yeah, it was bones, and he was just eating bone pizza. He didn't request no boneless.
So I feel like this weekend Brandon and Andy are gonna go get boba tea in Browntown, right?
Weren't you gonna get that? Oh, I heard the, what's it called? The Corona's there.
The Corona's in Browntown.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
I'm pretty sure that's Houston.
I think there was like 2 pending cases there though.
Look it up,
I don't want to look it up.
bro. You're
No, that's Mr. Allen.
Oh, okay.
Mr.
Mr. Allen.
Wow.
I was like, what's Mr. Allen? That's okay.
Alright, so we're gonna go.
I'll look it up really quick.
And I'm pretty sure that the place that what's it called?
It's called Bobalicious.
Bobalicious. And I'm pretty sure we go in, it's gonna be a lot of anime girls with pink hair, or like weeb stands or whatever, and or K-pop. Most likely K-pop
K-pop.
stands.
Probably.
And like all of them with pink dyed hair. Pretty sure they're all gonna be in cosplay doing TikToks, and we're gonna go in. And it's gonna be me, Brad, and Andy, like dressed like normal high schoolers, and we're gonna walk in, and it's gonna be like a whole different world. What if so you don't like tea?
Okay.
I don't know how the
I
boba's
have a
gonna
secret,
taste.
Jay.
Huh?
I already went. I didn't get boba. I just got milk tea.
So
You remember when my dad kidnapped me?
oh, that's where you went.
We went. So we went. My sister and my dad got boba. I didn't try it, but
Did they like it?
yeah.
All right.
And so they have almond milk there.
Oh.
So there's milk tea, and if you get it flavored, like you could get chocolate, watermelon, or whatever.
Cool.
And so you get that. It doesn't taste like tea. Mine tasted like chocolate.
How much does it cost beforehand? Before?
I have no idea.
All right. So I'm just gonna have my mom give me like $40.
Yeah. So my dad got watermelon with boba. My sister got some weird flavor, I don't know, with boba. And I just got chocolate milk tea with tapioca.
Oh.
Yeah.
How was it there?
It was pretty good, but they do play K-pop on the TV.
Ah.
That was not very fun.
Uh-huh.
I was criticizing the video the whole time. I was like, ew, why are those people CG?
What about the people there?
So there was one girl, she was dressed normal, right?
Uh-huh.
But I started talking a whole bunch of trash about the BTS music video.
What, was she just giving you nasty
Yeah, she was
stares?
giving me nasty looks, and I was just laughing. And then my parents and my sister were just like, we're taking you to the BTS concert in Dallas. I was like, why? And they were like, because we're all going to the Green Day tour. And I was like, yeah, but it's because she likes Fall Out Boy. We all like Green Day, Weezer. So like, we all like something there. I just hate K-pop. And they're like, maybe you'll like it afterwards. I'm like, how? I'm just gonna be sitting.
You like it afterwards?
I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna be sitting on the chair going, boo, boo.
Yeah, you're gonna be smelling their musk, and that's gonna change the whole perspective for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna smell a whole bunch of like perfume, just trying to mask their unshowered bodies.
Oh my god.
So Browntown doesn't have Corona?
Yeah,
I'm
so I
pretty.
told you. I told you it doesn't.
Oh my god, we're walking to class right now, and the bell rang. Nick was the only one inside. Me and Andrew were like really like a foot outside the door. I put one foot in. Nick starts pushing the door on me like, no, get out, die. And then we get in. I sit down, and my chair goes over his foot, and I just hear him, oh! Oh my god.
What were your thoughts about that?
I don't know.
Did the chair feel elevated in a way?
No, I just heard him go, oh, and then suddenly the chair felt like it was on a cloud.
He turned into big smoke. Amazing.
I'm scared. This is gonna be the weekend. When did you go?
I went last weekend.
Last weekend. Was there anything happening last weekend that people would have gone to?
No.
Alright, so was it crowded when
I
you
don't
went?
know. It might have been BOGO at like
BOGO.
JC Penney or something.
Bogo at JC. So how many people were there? Was it just that one
There
girl?
was like, no, there was like a couple people before us. There was like maybe 2 or 3 different people there, and they all like got their stuff and left.
Then it was my family of 4, and then a family of 3, and that's where the girl came in. He's giving me nasty looks.
How dare he not like Shinyin? I don't even know if that's one of the...
Jim Cum.
You can't say that.
Why not? That's his name.
That's actually his name?
No, I made it up.
Well, the thing is, when we go, my goal is if I see anyone that's really, really pushing K-pop, I'm gonna try to offend them as much as possible.
Just gonna be like, I don't like Jim Kim.
Jim Kim. I don't like Kim Jong.
Kim Jong got the corona. Who's your favorite idol? Mine's Corona Chan.
Before we go, let's print out a picture of Grape Coon and just tape it somewhere.
I'll take it on you.
Have you heard of Grape Coon, Andrew?
No?
Oh, be happy you haven't heard of Grape Coon. Me and Brandon found out about him last night and we got sad.
Nick had already told me about him.
Thank you for untying my shoe.
You're welcome.
Can you tie it for me?
I don't think you were there, but me, Nick, Shay, and Angel were playing Meme Tycoon, and Grape Coon was on there.
Oh.
And so Nick saw me, he started crying. I was like, "What's wrong with you?" He was like, "Did you buy the one called Grape Coon yet?" I was like, "No, what is that?" He's like, "You haven't heard of Grape Coon?" And I was like, "No," and he told me, and I was like, "Oh, Grape Coon."
Oh my god. Ouchie. So I got like these sores. I don't think they're sores, but I have like these bites on my back and I scratch it and my back hurts. I'm dying. I got corona.
Yeah.
I'm not sure with it.
Oh my god, I'm gonna get quarantined. Oh my god, during lunch when Nick was just eating all the cookies. Okay, Andrew, during lunch, Brandon bought a bunch of cookies, and we gave one to Nick. He had the whole cookie, and he looked up.
No, first he puts it in his mouth, and have you seen the coin bank that like eats the coins? Like you put it in its mouth and it just goes and it swallows the coin.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looked like that eating the cookie. Like he had it in his mouth, it barely fit his coin. Oh.
One of my teacher was doing lunch duty and she was just staring at him doing it, and then Nick looked down and he's like
he looked up eating one and he just started swallowing it, and he looks down. I was like, the teacher's probably staring at him right now. He looks down and he just he brings his head eye level and he looks down, ducks into his arm and starts dying. And at that point, I knew the teacher saw him, so I just lost it.
I'm pretty sure, like, I have her second period on B days, and I'm pretty sure she's like, yeah, that's why no one talks to him. Because I sit there.
And then Andy.
Oh my god, when Andy was drinking the juice, we put milk into, so
Yeah.
they mixed the Lorax juice and the moose juice together and made some green thing. And then Nick drank a little bit, he died, and then he poured some milk into it.
And
then,
I was like, boba.
and then it was just laying there for a little bit, and then all the milk like accumulated at the bottom and made like a broth. And Andy started drinking it, and there was a cookie particle in it, and it touched his lip, and he freaked out like it was like a little like a hamster bit him.
He freaked out and he spit everywhere, and we started dying because he just like spit, and we were like, Andy, what happened? He just goes,
He was looking at it scared, pointing into the cup.
and he just started going, and we started laughing again. He tried again. He did the same thing. Then finally, after he calmed down, he's like, cookie crumb.
And then he drank the whole thing.
And then he drank all of it.
I don't understand why.
Because he's God.
Andrew, did you know we lost 2 subscribers?
What?
Yeah.
Why?
Because you're not sharing the Hivecast with your military friends.
Get out of here.
Right now, I want to see you link it to your military group chat.
It's probably like, I mean, I have an idea.
What do you-
Someone might have forgot they were subscribed.
Who? We gotta go through all
Someone
of
there.
We got okay. Either it's in one of the old videos that we deleted, or it's in a video that's still up. And if it's a video that's deleted, then we don't know.
Yeah.
How's the cooking video coming?
I have finished it.
Oh.
But I want to get your approval first.
All right. Oh, it's him. Oh, look, he brought his whole PC pirate. So if there's anyone with connections, there's a man in Brandon's class. No, he's a boy. He's a boy in Brandon's class.
Little boy.
Yeah, he's a little boy, and he's pirating movies. As we speak, he's currently putting his Bitcoin miner connected to the PCs in the director's room.
You say that like you didn't pirate Sonic.
I didn't. I want you to.
That's still pirating it because you're watching it illegally.
It's not illegal if I'm not illegal.
And then you also, the night Joker came out, you watched it. There was sometime when Joker came out,
You
you
should tell my
watched it.
other shoe 'cause now this one's tight and this one's not.
Oh my god! I guess I'm your little wife now. When are you gonna take me to the movies, huh?
Yeah.
You gonna go watch Sonic?
No.
No.
Instantly no.
We're gonna go watch The Boy 2.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. I want to see Parasite, but I don't want to see it with my mom and my grandma because Jonathan said there's like that one part where it gets raunchy.
What's the Parasite about?
Where do you
Is
watch
in
it
English
on?
or does
It's
have
at the
English
movies.
subtitles?
It's at the movie.
I'm pretty sure that's where Jonathan went to go see it. No, I can't see. Turn your flashlight on. So, there's one part in there where like it's the rich dad. He walks up the stairs every night, and there's like a crazy guy in the basement, and his way of keeping sane is every time the rich guy goes up the stairs, he turns on the lights of the stairs, and they don't know that he's in the basement. So the husband's like, "Oh, this is just the technology of our times. How amazing!" But it's just a guy in a basement trying to keep his sanity by doing that cycle every day. It's weird.
Can I talk about how much I don't like Train to Busan?
I forgot you don't like
I
that.
need to get closer because I think I'm too far actually. Okay, so basically, my sister, my mom, my dad watched Train to Busan and they're like, "Oh, it's a good movie, you should watch it." And I was like, "No,
What is that?
it's a Korean movie."
It's a Korean movie about zombies, and they're on the train.
Yeah,
Oh, it's like
it's basically
So-
coronavirus.
So there's
movie
like
before the coronavirus.
yeah,
came
so it's
out.
like a train, and on one end is a bunch of people, and it's this guy, and then there's a train cabin full of zombies. And then on the other side is the guy's daughter, and is it like the whole movie trying to make it over there?
Yeah, basically, the whole movie tries to make it over there, and then once he does make it over there, the whole movie is them trying to survive.
It's like Sneaks
And
on the
like,
Plane.
doesn't he die?
Who?
The guy, the dad.
Mhm.
Yeah, so he dies, and the daughter's walking
Okay.
with the daughter's walking with the mom, and they're walking, and the military's about to like shoot him, but they
It's
don't.
not the mom.
Oh, is it just
It's
random
just some
lady?
random lady.
Okay, so they're walking, and the military is about to snipe them because they think they're zombies. But the only thing that stops them is that they're singing.
Yeah.
And doesn't it just end there?
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay, let me just give a little bit more in depth. I'm not gonna do what I did with Spider-Man.
Oh my
I remember
god,
when I
that
did
one
that.
podcast.
So basically, starts off right. They're basically going on a business trip to Busan.
Yeah.
So that's why it's called Train to Busan, because they're getting on a train. It goes to Busan. Woo! Okay, then basically there's warning of a zombie outbreak. Basically, there's a plague outbreak. They don't call them zombies yet. I don't even know if they call them zombies.
They call
anymore.
them wacky willows.
Yeah, something like that. And anyway, so it's basically a whole bunch of rich people. Maybe like there's like some people on a school field trip for sports or whatever, and they're all going to Busan. Then one of the infected gets on the train and infects people. So it spreads, and they keep them all in one cart, or one car. And then basically the dad and daughter get separated. So the dad has to get to the other side of the train to get to his daughter. There's like other people separated, and they're basically all trying to go. Meets this one cool guy. I don't remember what we called him. We called him something.
Chadwickman.
Something like that. And so he's a badass dude. He's beating the crap out of all these zombies with his fists, dude. He's not getting bit or whatever. Then he does get bitten. He just like sacrifices himself for his wife. Then there's the character I hate that ruins the whole movie. The movie's good, but the fact that they kept this character who we just called Kim Jong-un for simplicity.
Oh my god.
We called him that. He just survived for way too long, and he kept doing things, and he wasn't even written as an antagonist. He kind of just shows up in the middle and becomes the antagonist. He's a secondary antagonist because he's like he's basically super selfish. So he's sacrificing all these people so he
Oh my
lives.
God.
And they kept them alive for way too long. If they would have like, it was only the end part, like where they were on the train or like the front of a train, and the dad like killed him and then like fell off the train or whatever. Like if that was it, if that's all he had to do, that's all he did, it would have been fine. But he literally killed every single character except for the daughter, the pregnant wife of the guy who was beating all the zombies.
Oh my God.
The dad, and then the baseball player and his girlfriend. He killed. Oh no. Yeah, he killed the baseball player and the dad. So like there was a baseball player, and he basically threw him into a zombie, and then the zombie, like he turned into a zombie. Then his girlfriend was basically like crying over him, and then she bit him, or the other way, or he bit her the other way around. I'm not sure. So they both die, but at the end he gets bit, and he's like, "I got bit, didn't I?" And the dad's just like, "Yep." And then he's just like, "Well, I'm staying on the train," and he starts like attacking them. And then the dad's retarded. Instead of just kicking him off the train easily, he's like holding on to him or something, so he gets his arm bit.
Oh my God.
So he knows he's gonna turn into a zombie, so he sends his daughter with the girl, and he tells the wife, like the wife of the guy, the pregnant lady, he tells her, "Keep her in the train, don't let her come for me." It's my water bottle. And so she does, the daughter's screaming and crying, and I would have cried if he wasn't a dumbass. Like he's so stupid, and that's what made me hate the movie. Because it was so hyped up, and I was expecting to cry or whatever, but nah, it's just retards. If they didn't keep making stupid decisions, it would have probably been a good movie. Probably would have been on my top 10. They kept making stupid decisions, so I was like, nah.
If you want to see real stupid, you should watch The Grudge versus The Ring. That's
Freddy. Have you seen Freddy Krueger versus Jason?
Yes. Oh my God.
That was gonna be all good.
It's like they make them for money.
They
So
do.
obvious.
But it was funny because in The Grudge versus The Ring, there's a part where there's these two girls in the basement, and they're there and they're holding each other, and for like a good 5 minutes, all of their only dialogue is screaming.
For 5 minutes?
Yeah, but like not like a solid 5 minutes, but like that'd be like it wouldn't be like real like believable screaming. It's just like ah. And then it'll be like the Grudge like walking, making some like weird bone cracking noise, and it'll cut back and it's like ah.
I hate horror movies, honestly. There's
Some are good.
First off, I just find them boring. Like the jump scares will get me, right? I'll like get scared of that because I don't expect it, so it's a jump scare. But like the creepy factor doesn't really get me.
I watch horror movies more for the lore.
I don't even watch them for the lore. It's so boring, and the stories are so plain and copy paste to me. Like it's just almost the same movie every time for me. Like I watched the Poltergeist remake in 2014, and I just didn't find it interesting at all. And then like I watched Resident Evil 7 in theaters, and there was like one jump scare, and the rest of it I was sleeping.
Which is surprising.
Yeah. I watched the It remake, and I was sleeping. I watched the second one. I didn't really care. I watched some Jeepers Creepers. And my mom was like, "That movie's so scary. How did you not get scared?" I was like, "I was bored."
That movie is not scary.
It's an older movie. I'm pretty sure, like...
They made a newer one like not that long ago.
I don't remember them making a new Jeepers Creepers.
Yeah, they made a new one. It was like a prequel to the first one.
That's very dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't find horror movies interesting. I think the only thing horror that I liked was still like, it's Corpse Party. That's it.
Oh.
That's it. The psychological horror like DDLC, I like that too.
You got anything to say, Andrew? You're having a wonderful time over there.
I never heard of that movie.
Which one?
Corpse Bride.
Corpse Party, that's not
Corpse
a movie, it's
Bride?
a game.
Yeah.
The Corpse Bride?
It's a game. It's so basically there's this girl and she's into horror, like all these like creepy supernatural stuff like that, you know. And so she finds a blog about it. And so there's a thing called like Sachiko or something. That's the name of the ghost. And it's about this school called Heavenly Host Elementary. And basically there was a guy, and he was the principal, and he has a daughter. And he would go around and torture children, like he'd cut out their tongue, their eye, and stuff like that.
Hell yeah, brother.
And the daughter saw, and the daughter tripped and accidentally killed herself. She fell down the stairs and died. Then the principal killed himself. And basically the souls of the children are trapped inside a Heavenly Host Elementary School because they still have a grudge.
Why can't our principal do that?
So once their souls are freed or they're brought to peace, they can go back and like just not live in purgatory basically. So there's a little thing you can do with your friends to like be bonded forever, but if you mess it up, you get sent to the Shadow Realm, and by the Shadow Realm they mean Heavenly Host Elementary.
That's like...
So the supernatural girl gets a paper doll, and they all the friends in classroom basically gets a part of the paper, and they all pull and rip at the same time after closing their eyes. They've been like, I don't know, they've been doing something this whole time. They've just been waving their hands up and down trying to slap each other.
That painting, what's it called? The one where they're like touching.
Oh, the God and the naked guy.
Yeah.
What you explained sounds like less terrible Danganronpa.
Yeah.
Basically, except they're not trying to kill each other. The kids are trying to kill them.
I'm gonna go into the boba tea place and be like, Danganronpa's bad. Then I'm gonna get stabbed with boba tea straws.
You're gonna drink your organs like boba.
Yes.
They're gonna give you them paper straws.
I saw a video of this guy who was drinking boba tea. He got all the bobas in the straw and he started shooting them out like I shot out the corn kernels.
That's what my dad did. He was like, this would make a good like thing you could spit out, and he sucked one up and he took back into the cup. And I don't know, I laughed at it, and then like they started looking at me, they're like, why is it funny? I was like, look, did you not see him do it? He was like, you just hear
And your mom was like, boys will be boys.
yeah, basically.
It was kind of sad this morning when I was like, did your sister ever come in and be like, oh, Ni-chan, I said desu, and you're like, my sister doesn't care about me at all. I was like, damn.
So yeah, my sister doesn't care about me, dude. I mean, obviously, I feel like she probably does, but I don't think she's ever gonna come in and be like, wake up.
She's gonna come in and be like, Brandon, I love you.
Yeah. I don't think that's something I'll hear from her in my life. Honestly, I feel like that would be awkward, dude. Imagine your
like,
sister
she's gonna
walks...
come in, she's like, Brandon, I just want you to know I love you, and you're like, okay.
Okay. Can you bring me the guitar strings from the kitchen? Dude, I was sitting down, like, I think it was yesterday, and I was, like, watching something, and then all of a sudden I heard, like, a guitar string pop, and I'm like, how? What? How? I look, and just the acoustic with the two pop strings that are replaced, so another one just popped.
Just out of the blue.
Yeah, I didn't do anything. I didn't even touch that string. I tuned it once when I replaced all the strings. Then I didn't touch that string because it stayed in tune. All of a sudden, I just hear like, boom. And I was like, what?
It'd be like that.
Yeah.
I remember when my guitar string popped, I got sad. I still haven't replaced it.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be like that forever.
So
Yeah.
my dad ordered strings off Amazon.
Uh-huh.
And they came in, and they're supposed to have like this little thing at the end, like a little bearing at the end. The strings he ordered didn't have those. So what we had to do is we had to tie it by the end, like in a knot, and put it, like, and then replace it. I mean, it's not bad. We set it up right, except for one fret. If you put your finger on the 6th fret and play, it has so much fret buzz. If you play it, it's like... But you play every other string and there's nothing. No sound at all. Just the sound it's supposed to make. Except the 6th fret. Go to the 5th fret, perfectly fine. You go to the 7th one, perfectly fine. But the 6th one, nope, it's just...
Andrew, you ever have sleep paralysis?
Isn't that where,
It's when you sleep and then, like, the demons come and tickle your toes.
no, I never heard of that.
You haven't?
No.
You ever like woke up in the morning and you can't move your body, but you can see, then you start feeling your toes get tickled?
No.
The moon fairies don't come out.
The moon fairies don't come and tickle you?
The moon fairies never came and tickled me.
You ever feel wet on the back of your
You
neck?
ever have really terrifying nightmares?
You ever get pulled up to the roof?
No, I never been pulled up to the roof, right? I never had to perform an
Did I
exorcist.
talk about my nightmare on the podcast?
Which one was those face on the wall?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, Andrew, I'm gonna tell you about my nightmare. It's really terrifying.
Okay.
So, basically the nightmare starts. I wake up, everything seems realistic so far, right? Except I look at my counter and my Xbox isn't there. I'm like, this isn't real. So
This is
I'm
real.
like,
He's like, I'm in a dream, my Xbox
yeah.
is there.
So I kick the wall. I'm like, I don't feel pain. This is a dream. And a face comes out of my wall, and it says, "Damn right it is." And I just woke up sweating.
That sounds like an interesting dream. He's like, this isn't a dream.
This isn't a dream. Just checks for pain to see if it's dream, and then
Damn
like,
right it is.
this is a dream.
I like how
Damn
Brandon's
right it is.
first instinct to check if it's a dream is to kick a wall.
It was Kanye West came out.
Yep. Oh, what about the future dream?
What?
The one where I was in a coma?
No.
I told you about that one.
No, you haven't.
Where the 9th grade academy is just gone.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Oh, the weird one. The weird one with
Yeah,
the
so
poo-poo.
basically, I wake up in a hospital. Jay just picked up the stool with the water bottle on it and it fell on him. Your glasses came off.
He straight up died.
Jay died. Anyway, I wake up from a coma. The doctor's like, you've been asleep for 2 years. And I was like, oh. So I look at my parents. They're just in shock that I woke up. They're crying, of course, like most parents do when their child wakes up from a 2-year coma. So the first thing I decided to do is pull up my phone and call Andy, because Andy has all the intellect, right? He has all, yeah. So I call him. He's like, meet me where the 9th grade academy used to be. And I was like, used to be? So I get in my mom's car, I drive over there.
I don't remember when Andy ever talked like that. Not serious.
Yeah. So I drive over there, and Andy's sitting there, and there's just a giant crater. And there's like a whole bunch of scaffolding, construction scaffolding sitting there. And Andy's just like right at the edge of it, and I go up to him. And I said, what happened? And he looks at me, and then I woke up.
You'll never know it.
I'm pretty sure that was a premonition. If I ever go into a coma, watch out for meteors, dude.
Bro, that's a lot like what was that movie called? The one with the meteor.
Your name?
Yeah, Your Name. Stuff like that.
Well, not really, because didn't they just have to find each other before the meteor hit?
No.
What was it?
So the girl took place in the past while the guy was in the present. And so they're switching places, but she's going to the future in his body and he's going to the past in hers. And then he goes and he tries to find her, and when he finds the town, it was struck by a meteor and everyone in it was dead.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, it was wacky. I was watching, I was like, whoa, I want to watch Weathering with you next.
Yeah.
So let me explain what happened right now. So I picked up the stool. I thought you moved the water bottle. And then I started tilting it. And I was like, what if the water bottle is on it? But it was already too late. Everything was already in motion. It fell. And then when I tried to move the stool, I shook my head. And the sides of my head hit against the legs. That's why I screamed. I taste blood. Oh, Brandon, I feel a welt right here. Feel it right here, Brandon. I got a welt.
Oh no, he does.
I'm gonna die.
He lashed himself.
Oh.
Goodness, no.
Welcome to episode 5, where all we feel is pain, boy. Yee!
Yeah.
Oh, I'm in so much pain.
Because, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, really bring up any topics, Andrew. What's been happening with you all week?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, okay.
Nothing's been happening really.
All right, then get out.
I'm sad now.
It didn't come out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just been talking to my girlfriend.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
You want to talk about how that happened?
What happened?
How you just like unannouncedly just started simping?
You mean how I met her?
No, you sure from how you met her to all the way to when you started?
Okay, so we're gonna go all the way back to last year.
Oh, last
Whoa.
year. Whoa. Like last year's school year or last year as in
Like,
2019?
Last year's school year, as in we
Oh.
were sophomores.
Oh.
I don't know. I liked her when I was a sophomore, and I told my friend. Her name was. We called her Pickles. 'Cause she's cool like that. And then she kind of hooked me up. We just started. I don't know. I remember one day I just sat next to her and started talking, and then we dated for a while, and I messed that up.
Oh, so you dated her beforehand?
Yeah, but I messed that up
How'd you mess it up?
because I was crazy last year. You know how I was. I wasn't. No.
Yeah, you're crazy about JRTC.
You had that crackhead energy.
Yeah, I did. I had that crackhead energy. And I wasn't like, I don't know. I just don't like myself for how I was last year. But
I feel like every single year I look back at myself last year, I'm like, ew, I was cringe, bro.
Hashtag ninth grade.
when we broke
Ew.
up last year, I was pretty depressed, and then I got over her, and then this year, I remember. I kind of remember how we started talking this year. I remember I saw something on her Snapchat and I responded.
Wait, so was the girl that cheated on you? Was that your rebound?
This is okay.
No, but like, did she break up with you then, and then the girl that cheated on you was that the rebound?
Yeah.
Oh.
I went there. I was in a dark place when she broke up with me. But once I got over her, or no, I wasn't talking about that. When I started talking to her this year, I remember I saw something on her Snapchat about wings. And I texted her or responded to it, and she didn't respond to me until like 2 weeks later.
Oh.
And I think she responded to me because I was talking to her when we were in lunch. She just randomly came up to me and she's like, this was the week before competition. She's like, I'm going to annoy you before we get to competition.
2 weeks later. Oh, I got your text.
Yeah. But she came up to me a week before competition and she's like, I'm going to annoy you before we get to competition. I'm like, you can't annoy me. I'm like a very patient person. Matter of fact, I'm probably going to annoy you. And then I remember after school, I got a text from her, and she's like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't respond to you. I had you muted. And I was like, oh, okay.
What the hell?
And I was like, why'd you have me muted? And she's like, I don't remember why. And then we just started talking from there. Like, it was small talks at first, and then we were on the bus to San Antonio. I texted her the whole way there because we couldn't sit next to each other.
Oh.
And then, like, the whole time we were practicing in the hotel, I just texted her. And then, like, once we came back from competition, I pulled a big move, I guess.
Ooh, what'd you
But
do?
I wasn't like,
Did you yawn?
I wasn't in love with her at this point. I didn't like her. I just saw her as a friend.
What did you do? Did you yawn and put your arm around her?
I just asked her if she wanted to hang out.
Oh.
And she was like, yeah, sure. And I was like, all right. And then when we went to the park, we just walked and talked. And after a while, we got into like a deep talk. And then, yeah, I was like, at this point, I was like, I could see her being like my good friend. But then, like, after a while, like 3 or 4 weeks later, we were at a park. I can't tell you the name of the park because we're in the podcast.
Is it the one with the big hill?
It is the one with the big hill. We were watching Lucifer, I think it was.
Ooh.
We were just there chilling. And then when she was leaving, we were just hugging for like a long time.
Oh.
And then we stopped, and then she looked into my eyes, and I looked into her eyes.
Oh.
I was gonna make the move to kiss, but I was like, no.
Ah!
Cringe boy, you pulled a bunny girl.
But we just looked at each other, and we just continued hugging. She was kind of like,
Did she do it?
what?
Did she make the move?
No. Our kiss didn't happen until like later on after that, like a week later.
You upset me.
But
My back is healed because of you. My back doesn't hurt anymore.
that hurt, dude. Okay,
I'm sitting down now.
And then what? What happened after that one night?
We were talking, and then like a week later, I told her I was in love with her, and she's like, she said to me that I'm in love with you too.
Oh.
And then we just kissed from there. And I'm still in a relationship, so it's all good.
Hell yeah, brother. Hell.
I just like how, like, last week I think it was, I just messaged Jay, frick, dude, they kiss in the Bunny Girl light novel, and Jay was just like, frick, dude.
Like yesterday, I was home, and then Nick came home, and he was like, I was like, anything happened today? He's like, nah, I was in Diesel, and Andrew freaked me out. Like, why? He's like, well, I saw this girl on Instagram, and I said, Andrew, I'm in love. And then he said, you looked at him, he's like, I'm in love too. Damn. Brandon, see, that's why Nick likes the development relationships of anime.
Well, I mean, there was development there too, but it was like the first episode development. I mean, you can't tell me didn't watch that first 3 episodes and see development.
I mean, it kind of was already there.
Yeah, but they didn't admit it. She didn't admit it. I mean, he admits everything, really. He was just like...
It's like in Chinibio. Like, they didn't even like each other, or he didn't like her at first, like, at all. And he found her annoying, and then development happened.
Yeah. And I said that's good, but as a couple...
Yeah?
Yeah.
You hold pinkies.
Yeah.
You ever hold pinkies, Andrew?
Hold pinkies?
Yeah, you hold pinkies?
No.
Don't, that's a sin.
What?
Unprotected pinky holding is a sin, Andrew.
Okay.
I like
Okay.
how last year I was like, dude, I hate the freaking thing where they're like, oh, hand holding is a sin. You were like, ew, that's gross. And now this year, we watched Chewy Bro. You can't do that.
Oh, we turned gay.
Yeah.
Can you say
What
that
happens
on
when you
the
become a weeb?
It's fine.
Okay.
It's 2020. It's okay to be gay.
Astolfo is in trans.
Concerns me how Brandon had good aim with that water bottle. Whoever threw that hit me right in the.
Oh, that was me. Yeah, we like, oh, we didn't kiss. Bah!
That it still hurts.
Right in the Adam's cherry.
That's what happens. You gave me blue balls, so I gave you blue balls.
I don't think that's how that works. Okay.
Yeah, that's how it works out. Bro, the welt on the side of my head, it's warm and it feels like the skin is broken. It hurts and it burns.
You got hurt, Brandon.
Oh, I'm dying. Damn, we're already like 40 minutes.
It's 1:57.
Hell yeah, brother. Long podcast today, boy. Yee.
Yeah. I don't know what that was.
I wonder how Nick's doing with that car.
I don't know.
He just took Rudy away from him. He's like, you're my assistant now.
Yeah, he's like, you're my mole. No, Andrew, what you gotta do is you gotta go to your military group chat, right? You gotta go to YouTube, you get the link for the Hivecast. Then, go back to the group chat, and then you
Send it.
paste. And then you click send. And then you be like, look at this channel I'm a part of. And then, boom, we have the
Dude,
whole...
if they're your
We
real
have
friends,
the
they'll
whole...
subscribe.
Yeah, if they're your real friends, they'll subscribe, and then we'll have the whole U.S. military on our side. We'll have the expense of the U.S. military on our side. We can have them save the bees.
The small portion.
Yeah. No, because if they
That's
go and they
funny.
make more military friends, they're like, oh, check out this podcast channel. They're pretty good, and then we'll get more.
There's like 3 people in the Discord server I joined, right?
Uh-huh.
They all have podcasts.
Oh.
So I might ask them how to like get a little better.
Yeah, I think right
Because
now we're
there's
doing
a- there's an
we're doing
advice
good,
tab.
but I noticed that the opening for this it was very bad, so I think that's why we're not getting that many that much
Yeah.
watch time because at the beginning we got to get on a roll.
Yeah, obviously, Like, if they want to check it out, they'll check it out. But that's not the point. The point is to, like, get help, you know? So you can get better at this.
Yeah.
So more people will want to check it out and not just have to go begging for advertisements. Like, I don't want to be like Mike Bloomberg spending $500 million on ads just for the Hivecast. Like, you know.
Yeah, he could
We
have
gotta be
given
good,
every
we gotta
American
get-
$2
Let's have
million.
Mike
We don't want
Sponsor
to ask people to recommend. We want people to want to recommend. And I feel like that's where like we're lacking.
You know what? We should call Mike Bloomberg and
Get him on the Hivecast.
yeah, we get.
Why should you be
See
president?
that the one post? Yeah, you talked about it.
Yeah, it was like, did you know this Mike Bloomberg guy? He spent $500 million on advertising, and then he dropped out. And then the Sun was like, yeah, he could have given every American $2 million.
No, it was a post on Twitter originally. Someone said Mike Bloomberg spent $500 million on ads. There's 327 million people in America. He could have gave everyone $1 million.
And in the video, the mom was like, God damn it, what school? Why did I send you to school this many years? You're retarded. How do you pass math class?
And like at first, yeah, he dropped out because he's not winning. No one's gonna vote for
Dude,
him.
$500 million, and he's like,
What were his
He wanted to increase minimum wage way too high.
What do you want to make it?
He wanted to make it $15 an hour.
Bruh.
Bro, I would have voted for him. Like, yes.
Yeah, but you don't
Yeah,
know
but
about
then-
inflation,
yeah,
Andrew.
That's fine. That's fine. I know it would increase the prices, but you know what? That's
Yeah.
like the new Xbox coming out, that's already gonna be like $500. If they have like $15 minimum wage, it's gonna go up to like $700.
Yeah. So, like, yeah, that's a bad idea for minimum wage to go up that high.
Did you hear what Bernie Sanders wants to do?
Free healthcare.
No,
free
he wants.
college.
No, he also wants to bring up the minimum pay wage.
Yeah, but I think
But that's because he's communist.
No. But then, anyone who makes $30,000 a year, they have to pay this taxes for healthcare or whatever. And the amount that he wants to raise minimum wage to, there's no way you can't make $30,000 a year.
Okay, but like, he says that, but look what Obama did. He said, we're gonna bring change.
I don't even know what Obama did.
He said, he
killed
promised
Osama.
change. What he did, he said, I will bring change.
He
And
just said
people-
like that. I will bring change.
And then people were like, change,
And he
like
started
money,
throwing out
like
pennies.
change. Yeah,
Start
that's what they
throwing
were
out
thinking.
pennies.
They were thinking he was gonna be like, all right, I brought change here and started like raining quarters or whatever. What he really did was change the way the U.S. is. You know, like
Yeah, they killed Ben.
yeah, they killed Ben.
They killed Ben.
But then he also changed the school lunches.
Oh my god.
He brought
Oh my
Obamacare.
God.
He brought like all this other stuff.
He did bring change, but now you're at. I tell you what.
Yeah. So
I just don't like the school lunches. That was dumb. I miss those little ice creams.
yes, dude. Oh my
Oh my
god.
Like Michelle was like, "Oh, we have too much child obesity.
Well,
like,
the
there's still
school-
more fat kids."
I know.
There's still
Like one food
They're-
lunch
they're-
is not going to change their way of eating. They still got after.
Like they're just like, yeah, they're just like
McDonald's.
they're just not gonna eat lunch at school and then go home and eat a lot more junk food.
I
Yeah.
know, like, okay, Michelle Obama.
And then also for the kids who do eat well, they're just starving them. Like I used to eat good. I was in soccer, whatever, you know, like I was a sporty kid in elementary. Then the change came in and I started eating it. I noticed it wasn't enough. I was not eating enough, especially in middle school in 9th grade when I was like really getting into soccer. Like it wasn't filling. I was just dying.
You died.
Yeah, I died.
Aren't they trying to take away the whole my plate thing?
I hope.
I
they do.
heard something about Trump like being like, no more of this.
Yeah, I hope so because these school lunches aren't really that great. Tell you what.
Like right when we're about to graduate, they're
that's
just
when they start making. The
yeah, that's when they
changes.
start making the changes.
Yeah.
God damn it. Very upsetting.
Like, oh, it was middle school. Our middle school when I went to 6th grade, our middle school brought the flex, right?
Yeah.
Flex passes and stuff.
Yeah.
And then my middle school when I was going into 9th grade, they said no more flex passes.
What
So
the
when my
hell?
sister went into 6th grade, she didn't get the flex passes. But when I was, all 3 years I was there, flex passes were there. The immediate next year, there was no more.
Bro, I remember in like 6th grade during flex, like I'll be free like all the time, but I didn't know where the hell my friends went. Either I didn't know where they went, or they all had to go to class to do work.
Did I tell you about the time I stole the flex passes?
Oh, bro, everyone stole flex passes.
But okay, I'll let you finish yours and I'll tell
That was like back when I was just like a fat loser in 6th grade. I would just go to the library and watch movies. Like in the library, all they would do is just show movies. I watched so many movies. Like I was like, oh my god. And then like at my school, the way they stole flex passes, in the cafeteria, they would close the gate. Like our cafeteria, they had gates that they closed to like section it off, and they would just narrow it down so like there's like one opening that you can get in from. And what they would do is like the ones that were free, they would come in, and then the ones that weren't free, they'd like wait at the corner, and then the person that was already in, they went around, gave them the flex pass, and then they came in.
Oh.
That's your flex pass. I almost said flex seal story, but your flex pass story.
Yeah, so basically, we had this one teacher, and he was the one who would hand out flex passes to our class, of course. And so all of my friends were in there. So what he would leave the class, and one time he came in, he dropped off flex passes. He's like, "All right, guys, I'll be back before the bell rings," and he left. And the second he left, we had someone waiting by the door, ready to like tell him he's coming. And they were like, "Someone steal the flex passes! Someone get them!" And no one got up. And I was like, "All right." So I just got up and grabbed the flex passes, and I passed one out to everyone.
You're God.
And then I kept 4 extra just in case I need to give it to someone else or something. And then I kept 1 for myself. And then he came back and he was like, "All right, when I call your name, come get the flex passes." And so people were going up, and they were pretending like they didn't have one already and getting it. And then what happened is one kid just had a Sharpie, and he wrote his name down, gave it to the next person, they wrote their name, and they were doing that on all the flex passes. So we basically pirated flex passes.
That was contraband.
Yep.
That was hardcore contraband in middle school. Ouch.
What we would also do is like during flex, right? So we went to gaming room. And so what we would do is we would go into the 7th graders and we would get their backpacks and we would take the flex passes out and we'd pass them out to other 8th graders.
Oh my god.
I never did that, but I know kids who did. And so the 7th graders would stop coming. And it would just be us, the 8th graders, in there. Like, the 8th graders, they gave the passes wouldn't come because they didn't want to come to gaming room in the first place. But we were basically just getting rid of all the annoying kids.
You're a bunch of meanies.
Oh my god. We were just gamers like that. Are you good?
I'm talking to Chewbacca. You got any more stories, Andrew?
You got any war stories?
Well, back in Nam.
I forgot. Your lore is you were part of every single war, documented and not.
Yeah, I'm just a Jew like that.
No, because you were in Vietnam.
I wasn't Nam. Let me tell you, back in Nam, I shot them Viet Congs. You know what I did? Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
What a hero.
American War story right here.
That should be a movie.
Andrew, did you watch 1917?
No, I did not watch 1917.
Did 1917 actually happen? Was that based on a true story?
Yes,
Did the year
I'm the main character, dude.
Did the year 1917 actually happen?
No, it's fake news. Made up by the government.
1917 doesn't exist.
Only 1918 and 1920.
Yep.
Bow now, bow now, bow now, bow now,
So in history,
Uh-huh.
our teacher put on a World War One documentary, and then they introduced tanks, and they were like, "We saw these big machines. We'd never seen them before." And they showed a picture of a tank, and all the kids on one side of the classroom just started going, "Bow-now, bow-now."
I was disappointed. Last time I was in history, they covered Vietnam, and I wasn't there. I was really sad. I was very sad. But one day.
I'm waiting for Trenchfoot.
I already learned about Trenchfoot.
You mean
This
the
World
disease
War
where you
One.
get rotten?
Bro,
You haven't covered World War One yet?
we have, but you wait. No, wait. No, we haven't.
You're not in World War One with it.
What?
I'm in Vietnam.
I mean, well, I am in dual, so I need to learn a lot more.
In duel, isn't it just, they don't.
It takes longer because she gives us the readings, and then like twice a week we just spend the whole class talking about the readings.
I think that's just her then.
Yeah, and I just watched Yu-Gi-Oh! Period.
Can you believe that, Brandon?
That's how it
This means
vibes.
I'm in World War One. Are you in the Great? No.
We're like on the brink of
Yeah,
World War
I'm just starting. I should be starting the Great Depression tomorrow.
Jeez, you guys
Because
are way behind.
we covered the Roaring Twenties yesterday.
Oh my god! Like I don't know how you and Andrew have the cool class where
No, my class isn't cool. I do work after like. Every
Okay, well I don't know how Brandon has the cool people in his class, but like my class, they're like, oh my god, we need to get
It's
to the
literally
Roaring
just like
20s.
one group of boys and that's it. Everyone else I could care less
Okay, well in
about.
my class, everyone is the same. There's one girl in there. I hate her voice. It's like all nasal. Like she tries telling jokes sometimes, and she's like, oh my god, this one time, and I'm just there trying to watch Yu-Gi-Oh, and I can just hear her voice like Squidward in the back of the class, and then like all of them are just like they're all real preppy, and they all think they're funny. It's funny when they get in fights, but they're like, oh my god, you know who I'm talking about, that girl in our math class.
Yeah.
Yep, I have her, and we're like, oh, I don't think we're really gonna go over the Roaring Twenties. Nothing really happened there. And she's like, no, we have to go over it. Jazz is like the foundation of every musician.
No, it's not. Blues started before jazz.
Oh my god, I hate her. I hate it, like most people in that class. Like all the ones in the back that don't talk, they're fine. But
You
everyone
know,
in front.
country was invented before all of them. Ah!
Like, I don't know how they don't understand they're not funny.
Jazz was the foundation for anything. Who's jazz? Who does jazz?
Who
was
is
the
Mr.
foundation.
Jazz?
Who does jazz?
Morgan
No one.
Freeman.
Jazz was literally just the Roaring Twenties, and that's it. No one cares about jazz anymore. What? Just because you're in jazz band, no one cares.
You know what? Jazz was the foundation for jazz.
Bro, she didn't choir.
That's
She has no
true.
opinion.
What are you talking about, Jay? You over here talking to yourself?
Yeah, so
Nah,
You know what the foundation-
I said she's not even in band. She's in choir. She doesn't have an opinion.
the foundation for all music was blues, because blues is very influential on
Blues?
rock and roll invented
Hell
rock.
yeah, it's like I didn't finish it. Okay, the hell yeah, they all go to the concert and it's like, oh, it's blues, and then that little blue dog comes up on stage, it's like, bow, 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 and everyone just cheers.
That was the foundation.
Moody blues.
Dude, yes.
Moody Blues, yes.
Are we in Nam right now?
Yep,
Am I in a helicopter?
yep, brother. Welcome to the Black Parade. Boys, King Kong versus Godzilla comes out this year.
This year.
Yep,
Already, dude?
November.
November?
Dude, how fast are the freaking VFX artists?
I think they were working on
Fast
the
enough
same.
to
I think
make
they were
money.
working on it. I think they had like two different teams. I think that they were working on it while they were making King of Monsters.
It's like Call of Duty.
Probably.
They had like Sledgehammer working on Modern Warfare while they had Treyarch working on BO4.
Probably. What time is it, brother?
212.
4:12.
No, 212.
4:12.
I wish it was 412. I would be at school. I'd be practicing right now.
You know what? You'd be 12 minutes closer to going home.
I don't leave until 6.
You know what? You still would have been closer. Jay's having a mental breakdown.
That's me every time.
Bro, Brandon, my cards come today. Oh my god! And then you guys are not gonna want to duel me even more.
That is the very definition of cancer.
Oh my god, me and Angel were dueling during lunch when you and Andy were at the orchestra thing.
Yeah.
I literally read him my card. I read him the entire description. And then I used what he does, and he's like, "Hold on, let me read that real quick." I'm like, "Oh my god,
yeah,
screw
it's
off!"
you read the cards wrong, dude.
No, I read it out loud to everyone. Nick heard it, Angel heard it, I read it over, and Nick was like, "Yeah, that's how it works." And Angel was like, "Let me read it."
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, Andrew, I heard you go and play My Little Pony trading card game.
Who told you?
Dude, I swear Angel's gonna bring his Pokemon cards. He's gonna be all cool, and I'm gonna show up with my freaking Greninja EX. And I'm like, ah!
So Nick said, I don't know if you were there, but Nick said that the new Yu-Gi-Oh packs, they're gonna...
Yeah, they're dropping.
No, they're making the big cards.
Oh.
They're gonna make giant Yu-Gi-Oh cards like the Pokemon ones.
Yeah, I have a big Mewtwo EX, and I have a big shiny Rayquaza EX. Mega Rayquaza. Giant. I have a big shiny Rayquaza EX. Mega Rayquaza shiny EX.
What are we gonna do for spring break? Cause podcast.
Like I said, I had the idea for Discord maybe.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, how am I gonna play the devil went down to Georgia now?
You don't now, brother. It's been an hour. You want to end it here?
Get Andy.
All right, we're gonna end it here. Andrew, you got anything else to say?
Getting on with the inside job.
All right.
Let's find out by Morgan Freeman.
All right. This summer. All right. Our homework for you for this episode is get your group of friends, and every day during the summer, figure out when you're gonna raid every Area 51. They won't expect all of you on different days.
Don't forget a kiss.
Yeah, don't forget to kiss goodbye. You next, Brandon. That's not a kiss.
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 Kissing my boots.
Kiss.
No.
All right, we're gonna spank Brandon.